Happy Thursday. It's a Tontozona Thursday, if you will. Guys, welcome to the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always.
Yeah, you are.
By my favorite cab driver, Shane Diefenbach.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking of jobs, and that's what came into my mind. Cab driver.
Your brain is filled with cobwebs.
Cobwebs?
Yeah.
Why cobwebs?
Because it's fuzzy.
It is fuzzy. It's really fuzzy today, to be honest.
I mean,
with you.
I look like... You
could definitely be a cab driver. This is a cab driver kind of look.
Okay, well, here you go. Watch this. Ready? I'm going to be a foreign cab driver.
A foreign cab driver. Okay. From Czechoslovakia or like...
Okay, get in the car. Where are we going today?
That's pretty spot on.
Where would you like to go?
I don't like this. You can go back to being a kid dressed for camp.
I'm bald right here.
What? Oh God, that's
that was
tough.
Gross.
That's really tough.
I'm wearing this because I've tried to find my most campy outfit.
It looks very. I'm ready to go to camp. Let's see it. Let's see it. There we go. Ooh, these are. You wear a lot of interesting shoes. Those are that's my favorite pair of shoes you have. Is there gum on the bottom of those? Okay. I don't need you to touch me with your dogs. So you can put those down now.
I was just showing them to the people.
And why are we dressed like a kid from camp?
Because Camp T is back.
You're right.
Dude, I used to hate going to Camp T.
Why?
When I was a kid. Because I felt like I was trapped in the wilderness.
You're not. You weren't.
Because my mom used to cover Camp T.
Yeah.
And I was allowed to go with her. But in reality, I was forced to go.
You were forced to go.
And I hated it. It was humid. There were bugs. And I got bored because I was probably like 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, whenever I went. I went a bunch.
Yeah, okay.
And when you're
6, 7, 8, 12.
When you're 8 to 12, like you don't really want to
do anything.
Well, you do. You want to do a lot of things, but you don't want to stay in the same place. And so I had to stay in the same place. But now I love it.
But I was gonna say now you're older.
It's my favorite thing ever.
And Camp T is back.
It's back.
For everybody that didn't know, Arizona State announcing it today via a press release, and this is just a little bit of what it has to say. Sun Devil football coach Kenny Dillingham announced that the program will return to iconic Camp Tontozona August 10th through the 12th, highlighted by a Saturday morning scrimmage open to the public per tradition. Obviously, it's the first Camp T since 2019. And, they pinned the reason that they didn't go to Camp T on a couple of different reasons, including COVID, turf renovations, weather conditions, preseason practice sessions. Herm Edwards, all sorts of fun stuff. And this is what Kenny had to say about it. One of the main goals I wanted when I was named head coach was to get us back to Camp T in 2023. It was one of my favorite traditions of the fan. It was one of the favorite traditions of the fans, and growing up, I know all that goes into the history. I'm excited that our players will be able to experience it. The relationships and bonds formed during this time can't be replicated. Times have changed, and we understand that not everything can be the same as it once was, but we want to get up there this year and make sure our current team understands where so much history was created in our program.
I hope you didn't say it like that.
Why?
It's a legendary place.
Sorry, man. I'm just...
Get up, Totri!
Don't yell.
Come on!
Don't yell. I got a headache, man. I don't
Camp T is legendary, and I'm glad it's back, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go, Jason.
Jason in the chat. Joe also in the chat. Salute to your shorts.
Salute to my shorts. This is such a good thing for not only team building, but it's such a great tradition for... And this is a little selfish, but it's not just for the players and for the coaching staff. It's for the fans, and it's for... media too. Yeah. Because it is so fun to cover. It's in Payson for those of you who don't know. It's
only about an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. It's a lot cooler, but it's even though you're out in the wilderness, not wilderness, but you're in Payson. You're out in the trees. It feels like you're so secluded with this small group of people that traveled up there. It's like when you're going camping. Yeah, but it's more like when your school goes on a field trip to like an extended field trip to a location. You see everybody all the time. You're like, hey, it's definitely a different vibe for sure. Before we continue the discussion on Camp T, because we're gonna definitely be getting into all of that today, I want to tell you guys about our Father's Day sale over at the PHNX Locker. Guys, we're having a deal. Father's Day deal. Buy one, Daddy Day.
Get one half off on all shirts and hats from June 8th, which is today, for the next 10 days, all the way through June 18th. We got some fire merch, whether that be for ASU, the Diamondbacks, the Coyotes, the Suns, the Cardinals, everything in between. You can find, guys, at the PHNX Locker. And while you're over on the website, why not become a diehard today? Because when you grab your membership, you guys are going to receive exclusive content, discounts on all the events, and merch, some of those great shirts and hats that we have in there, and access to our Discord chats as well. Guys, it's simple, it's easy, and it's worth it. Go check it out. Now, back to Camp T, okay?
Yeah.
So, we're going to get into what it means for freshmen, all that type of stuff, because I do think it's a little bit, it's a little bit different of an experience for freshmen than it is some of the other players. But just what do you think it means to the program to have a tradition back, one of the few traditions that Arizona State actually has?
Yeah, well, I remember talking to, I think it was Jalen, talking to one of the players about this when they did it for the only year they did it was when they went up for a day 2 years ago, and they did a hike, or was it last year?
I think it was last year. They went up for a couple days.
Yeah, no, they only went for a day. It was a night, I think. And yeah, so a couple days, one night, whatever it was. And they did a hike, and I don't know. It didn't sound like they had fun. It sounded like it was a tough hike, but it didn't sound like they had fun.
Yeah.
You look at practices that Herm Edwards would do,
dear God,
and practices that Kenny does now. I can only imagine what Camp T is going to be under Kenny's staff. The young staff who plays sound bites of Bruce Buffer to get excited for one-on-ones, opposed to the staff that doesn't play any music and just kind of lollygags around. This isn't just going to be a weekend of practice and a weekend of, a team going out to a different location to just do what they do normally on the field. There's going to be a summer camp for a weekend. That's what it's going to feel like. Kenny's going to make this fun. He's going to engage with the fans. He's going to make sure that all of the players bond over this, because that was such a big part of that, and why I thought it was such a big miss to not have it after all of the COVID stuff happened, after you were able to be in close quarters with people again. And I thought it was such a miss that they didn't do it fully last year. Whatever the renovations were, figure it out by yourself. Like, get it done. And now you're going to be in close quarters, in cabins, and whatever it is. You're
with your guys.
Yeah, it's great.
That's what it is. And I think one thing that, and this could just be like my way of thinking about it, I think it hurt this team a little bit. And it hurts teams that don't have experiences like this in the age of the transfer portal, when you do have guys coming to, these random programs or programs from across the country, and they don't have an ample amount of time to get accustomed or build any sort of chemistry with their teammates, right? Because it's all on the field and it's all in meeting rooms and it's all in that. But it's another thing to literally go out to, in this case, Payson, Arizona, be there for 3 days with your entire team, your quote unquote brothers, and just bond, right? Like, I think that would have significantly helped last year's team when they lost their quarterback to the transfer portal, when they lost other players to the transfer portal, when there was the NCAA investigation kind of looming over this program. Like, I think that was a missed opportunity. And I don't know, again, there's a bunch of different reasons that the university blamed for not having Camp T over the course of the last 4 years. But it I think is going to pay dividends for this program and for this coaching staff specifically, to just get tradition back. We saw how hyped the fans were when the Sun Devil Walk was back, when Sean Aguano brought that back, right? Like, this is something that is tenfold of what the Sun Devil Walk is, like, in reality, right? Like, and I want to get into what this means for the freshmen too, because you look at different stops across college football, right? Or I guess college athletics in general. Everywhere has their own unique little thing, right? Like Florida State, they have the tomahawk chop, or what is it? Virginia Tech has the what's it called? Enter Sandman, right? Yeah. Like, every little place has their own.
Some schools embrace racism. Other schools go to Camp T.
Yeah. Like, this is what ASU has in a sense, and I'm curious where you think this falls in terms of college football traditions.
Oh, I tweeted this morning. I'm so biased, but this is my favorite tradition in sports. It's so unlike anything you see. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't see, the Diamondbacks all traveling to Flagstaff together to play, to scrimmage each other over a weekend.
That'd be electric.
That would be very cool. It's a very cool thing that the Sun Devils do. And again, it's not just for the for the team. It helps the team immensely, but it also helps the fans get excited because you are so up close and personal with the players. You're not restricted by all of these guidelines of where you can and can't be. Like, yeah, you can't walk on the field, but for the most part, you basically can. You're walking around, and I don't know what the new renovated area looks like, but it's so personable and it's such a great environment to be in. Yeah, the freshmen, I mean, establishing a tradition like this in your first year, I mean, shit, we had 3 of them in the studio yesterday, and they were just excited that they even got to play in the spring game and see what, how different the strength and conditioning training is. Like, this doesn't happen at other schools. You don't see this at other schools. It's so unique, and it feels like it's a boys trip. Like you're just hanging out. It's great.
And I think one thing that Kenny and his coaching staff have done a pretty good job of, right, is selling Arizona selling, I guess, Tempe as a college town, as a desirable place to be if you are a young student athlete, right? Like, you're going to go to places in the Midwest and you're going to be freezing your ass off in December, January, and February, but you can come to Arizona and it's going to be 60, 70 degrees and you're going to be fine, right? And this is another element that you can sell to these recruits if you're Kenny Dillingham and you're the coaching staff, that other coaching staffs, at least the Herm staff, wasn't necessarily able to sell to their players. So I feel like it gives them a leg up. This isn't something that the University of Arizona does, right? Not to say they can't, but they're not doing it. Does U of A have like a tradition? What is their tradition? Losing? Is that like their thing?
Oh yeah.
They don't have like a college football tradition.
In Payson today.
What the high is in Payson? Ooh, 90.
Yeah.
80.
82.
Wow.
Northern Arizona is fantastic.
That's beautiful.
That's not even that far north. Just, again, an hour and that's the cool thing too about fans, right? And let's get into that for a little bit, because we've talked about how it brings together the team, brings together the coaches, and you brought up a little bit how like it really does get the fans on the field and seeing these players up close and personal, a look that you're not going to get unless you're on the sidelines, right? But I think this goes a long way in terms of building hype around the season, right? There's already a lot of hype, I feel like, around Kenny Dillingham and this team and, the trajectory of the program. But if you're able to get these fans out there. Hey, the fans that didn't come for the spring game because it was too hot.
Here you go. You can't complain about it not being too hot now. It's an hour and 40 minutes. It is not a far drive.
Well, depends on where you are.
Well, yeah, if you're in Phoenix, it's an hour and 40 drive.
If you live in East Scottsdale, it's like not very far at all.
Where I live. It's like an hour 30, hour 20 from my house.
That's nothing.
But if you live in like Tucson.
Oh, yeah. If you live in Tucson, you're probably not going to Camp T anyways.
Well,
I don't know how many Sun Devil fans.
I have a buddy that's from Tucson that went to ASU.
Really?
Yeah, a couple buddies.
Smart guy.
Max was from Tucson and went to ASU.
I knew
He's from Tucson.
I knew I
liked
liked Max.
Works out.
That's literally the opposite, but
lying.
Yeah,
that's unacceptable.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't tolerate that.
What is how many times have you been to Camp T?
I want to say 2 times.
Were you covering both of them?
Yeah, I was covering both of them, and it was. I mean, it's just a different kind of experience. That like, I've covered a bunch of like programs, specifically, obviously Notre Dame, and they don't have anything like this. Like they don't.
No school does.
It's so unique, and one really cool aspect of it that they let the players do, and the fans, I guess, at the end of this past spring game, is in the past they would let the fans onto the field after the scrimmage. And they could take photos, they could do autographs, they could do all that like super cool, fun, personable stuff that like you see a little kid out there. I remember the very first year that I covered it, Benjamin was a freshman. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, he was obviously the young guy on the roster. There were still 2 running backs. And like the little kids were coming up to Eno, like, and he was taking photos with him, doing interviews with media. And it's just like a cool experience, right? Because look, you fast forward now, Benjamin's in the NFL, and that's something that these kids are going to remember forever, right? Like that's just, it goes a long way to build Sun Devils for life. Yeah. I feel like.
For sure. No, it's a great point.
So
I'm just trying to think of who, I don't remember what year it was that I was there. I met somebody when I was a kid and I was like, this is elite. I think it was Brock. Yeah.
Osweiler?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I met Brock and I was like,
the ultimate bag chaser.
No, you are.
You're Jacob Franklin.
Yeah. That was a dude.
Tall man.
Tall man.
Tall man. If you want to bet on tall men playing basketball,
or hockey,
or baseball,
or football,
or any sport, really.
or Gaelic hurling.
You
Look it
can
up.
do it on the BetMGM app, guys. If you haven't signed up yet for BetMGM, I don't know what you're doing, but you could still do it and use bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live. But for our Arizona audience, you guys are going to get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM, guys. Free money, if you will. Make sure you use that bonus code PHNX. Shane, I know you and I both won some money on those nuggies yesterday.
Yeah, a little grossly.
Dirty money?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
No.
Okay. Well, without further ado, since Shane in person doesn't want to talk about it, why don't you listen to the
Past Shane
talk about it?
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Michigan.
Yep. And then, first of all, going to Payson and like Flag and Prescott.
Don't mind me. I'm just getting a stretch in here.
It's elite. I'm a big cabin boy.
Oh, don't call yourself a boy. You're a grown ass man.
Look what I'm wearing.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm a big cabin boy. And I love going to Northern Arizona. And Northern Arizona, the woods, synonymous with smoking that za. And if you don't want to smoke that za, you can ingest that za with our friends over at OG's.
Num, 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 num.
Num. Check out OG's online at ogsbrands.com. They got mixed bags now. The fruits and the creams. The fruits have watermelon, red apple, and peach. The creams got their blackberries and creams, orange creamsicle, peaches and cream. And pink lemonade is dropping later this month on June 21st. So as I said, check out OG's online at ogsbrands.com and on Instagram at ogsbrands. You can find their products at your local dispensary, but you got to be 21 years or older to purchase and enjoy the za.
Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, OG's, it'll change your life. It'll change your life if you haven't had OG's before. Best gummies around. Back to Camp T.
Back to the Tontozonies.
Camp Tonto, if you will.
Tontozona.
Camp Tontozona. Is there any player specifically that you are happy is going to get to have this experience? Let's do one player that you're happy.
And one player that I'm sad about?
No, and then one player that you're kind of bummed didn't necessarily get the full experience of Camp T.
Well, there's a very finite window, so it would have to be somebody like Rashad, like somebody that was only here for a year.
Yeah. Fans would have loved to see Rashad White in that element. I
still don't think like casual Son of a Football fans realize how good he was.
Because of how he's a starting running back in the NFL.
Yeah, well, how disappointing the year was. I don't think people realize how good he was at ASU. Go watch the Washington game. He put the team on his back.
Is Bizak?
Chill.
Okay.
Who am I excited for?
Can I give you an easy one?
Well, I mean, Jalen's probably the easiest.
Jalen's the easy answer.
But he's gonna get in trouble.
Why? No, you know who I'm excited for? I'm excited for EK because I feel like fans don't like you see it from the stands.
He's got to be a little quieter in practice.
You see it from the stands and like media at practice know that like Elijah he barks at the DBs.
He loves to talk.
He loves to talk. And Rowe specifically, I know they talked about it on High Point last night. Rowe gives it right back, and so the DBs. But to have that like experience as a fan to see your favorite team and some of your favorite players, see these players like actually go and have this jawing at one another is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun experience.
Jalen's going to...
Oh, God, Joe.
Jalen's going to try to pull a prank on somebody in the cabin.
Jalen is?
Yeah, I just feel that.
Jalen strikes me as a big prankster. Yeah,
I'll ask him. Will says he's asks somebody he's excited for and somebody who he is sad didn't get to experience it, Jaden Daniels.
That's an interesting look at this. Do you, and I know the answer is probably no.
Don't ask me would he have stayed if this was that really what you're gonna ask?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. No. Why not? What? Okay.
Do you think one of his family members would have enjoyed Camp T?
I don't know, maybe.
That much?
I don't know. Dude, That's neither here nor there. Do you think he would have liked it?
Yeah, everybody likes it, unless you have a woe is me attitude about it.
Or you don't like
enjoy it.
camping.
Yeah, or you don't like the outdoors.
So who's your answer?
Who I'm sad? Rashad White.
Rashad White's
Yeah.
your sad, and Jalen's your...
Well,
Yay.
that's too easy.
Give me a good one. Give me a juicy one.
Ugh.
Lay it on me.
Okay, dog.
Sorry.
You have to relax.
No, you're right. Pause. You have to relax.
You have to relax.
I know.
Xavier Guillory strikes me as a guy who's going to really enjoy this.
Xavier Guillory?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
85
Again,
won in 2019, true.
well, then, yeah, it didn't make a difference at all. Xavier Guillory, yeah. I think this might be a stretch. I wonder how, looking back at the end of this season, how Xavier Guillory, because he only has 1 year left, right? I think he only has 1 year left. How his numbers and his time at ASU is going to stack up to other one and dones in a Sun Devil uniform, like a Rashad White, right? And I think that's another thing that you didn't get to fully see Xavier Guillory or really Elijah Badger in the spring game because they were kind of held out, right? DeCarlos Brooks, Cam Scatabo. These are other guys that I feel like you're going to fully get to see in their element so much closer to the start of the season at Camp T. I think it's going to be so much fun, dude. And I think one thing that you're going to get is I really, really do believe that this is going to play a role for ASU in the transfer market down the line. I really do, because this is something that it's a tradition that you can sell. It's something that, especially if you're a local kid, right, and you grew up going to Arizona high schools and a fan of ASU, I guarantee you probably went to Camp T.
I'm going to change my answer. Who I'm excited for? The creative team at ASU.
Oh, yeah?
They're going to make something dope out of it.
Oh, absolutely. The creative team at ASU goes crazy. Guys, and the creative team at Burrito Express also goes crazy.
And
Their
it's
graphics,
it's just one guy.
it's Angel.
And he's
those graphics are
hilarious.
They're absolutely incredible. I think one of them went viral, the one of Elijah catching a burrito.
Yeah.
Guys,
No, it was posted on No Context College Football.
if you don't trust me, why don't...
Which, understandable.
That's not understandable at all, actually. Shane told me right before the show that he is the world's biggest supporter of Burrito Express. What is that face that you're
I
making?
thought you were going to just make up something crazy for a second.
Why would I make up something crazy?
Because you do that sometimes.
When? How?
I'll
You get to that later. I want to tell the fine folks of the internet about Burrito Express. Guys, locations all over the valley. The food goes crazy. Leah, shout out you again for the steak and salsa. Because
I'll take a shout out
it's-
every day.
It's literally,
Thank you.
it's so good. I didn't believe.
It's getting weird.
I didn't know. It's I
getting
didn't.
uncomfortable.
It's. I didn't believe it. I'm like, because I was big steak and egg. I'm big egg energy. Okay, and when you take away eggs from something and you don't really add anything, because like I can dip my steak and egg in salsa, right? So you take away the egg. But to quote Sean DePaz, Eric DePaz, I guess formerly of this podcast,
Dude, you're quoting him right now by taking an hour to finish an ad.
you need to calm down.
No,
You need to calm down.
wanted to make
I really love Burrito Express.
to make that joke.
I really love Burrito Express. It's just like it really lets the onions and the tomatoes shine.
Get in your cup holder.
Guys, Burrito Express. Get it in your mouths. Go check them out and give them a follow on social at Burrito EXP.
Don't burrito and drive.
Don't burrito and drive. No, burrito and drive.
No.
Yes, it's legal.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You can't eat and drive. You're distracted driving.
No, you can eat and drive.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Shane, you literally drove while
But
eating
it's
a
not-
burrito
you're
last
outing
Friday.
me.
She just outed you like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know why I don't eat and drive? Because I
Why?
could just go to Circle K and get one of their quick num-nums. And
So a snack.
no, like they're no
Dude, I'm going to start calling snacks quick yum-yums.
quick num-nums.
Oh, quick yum-yums. Whoa.
Quick yum-yum sucks.
What do you mean it sucks?
That's stupid.
Quick yum-yums or quick num-nums?
Quick num-nums is so much better. What's better?
Num Nums is better.
Yeah, that's fine.
A quick num-num is like their roller stuff, like their chicken tornadoes, which again, make a movie about it. I actually know the person who directed 2 of the Sharknado movies, Chicken Tornado. Great movie idea. And also a great thing you can get at Circle K. Make sure you're not missing out on all of the great stuff right now. Text PHNX to 31310 to join their SMS subscriber club, unless you're driving, because you shouldn't be eating or texting while driving. Get a buy one, get one free offer on a 32-ounce Polar Pop when you do that. Head to CircleK.com/store-locator. That's CircleK.com/store-locator to find a Circle K near you. Joe in the chat says, I am sad that Glenn Thomas didn't get to go. I am sad that Donnie did get to go in this previous stint.
Joe, in probably my favorite like comment ever. Donnie has great utensils. They can bend, but do not break. This is your daily reminder that Donnie Henderson's defense was soft as fuck, and I hated it. Great guy to talk to. Great quote. Actually, that's not true. He gave us one good quote and then got in trouble and then didn't really say a whole lot.
He's a great quote. He's a censored quote.
Yeah, well, I'd rather.
He's a great quote that got censored. Free Donnie Henderson.
Free Donnie Henderson?
Free Donnie Henderson.
Can we get that on a graphic?
No.
No? What about a t-shirt?
Nope.
No? You don't think Saul will go for that? A free
No.
Donnie Henderson t-shirt?
No.
Feel free to tweet it though.
Hashtag free Donnie Henderson?
I don't like that because, we're members of the media. And that
Hashtag
sounds
free DH?
Yeah, see, that just sounds like he's in jail.
Well, he's not.
Well,
He's
yeah.
in coaching jail.
Well, no, he's in quote jail.
He's in quote jail?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Anything else that you want to say about Camp T and its return?
I'm so sorry. That was
Wow, that's
very ill-timed.
uncalled for.
All right,
Be
Mr.
better. That's
That was
not
you-
what
that
I
was
sound
you
like.
for
You're in a
first.
feisty mood today.
Yeah.
You're in a really fight me mood. Ness.
Good. We talked to Kenny a lot before, everything started, before practices even started, and I would ask him about Camp T, and the answer was always we're working on it. And last month, you got a pretty good. It's 2 months. You got a pretty good sense that it was coming back, but just to hear that it's official is so exciting, and I can't wait to go. And you guys should all be out there supporting this team, but also hanging out with us, because it's not just about the football practices and the scrimmages. It's about the entire community. And
It is.
This is going to be really fun.
Yeah, we'll be out there. Come say hello. Come say hi. One thing that I will kind of say on that note, right?
August 10th through 12th. We'd never said that.
Did we not?
No.
I'm pretty sure I read that.
Oh.
Yeah. If you were paying attention.
Well, I wasn't, because you were going, August 10th through 12th.
Okay, so on that note, one thing that I really do like, and again, it kind of piggybacks off what you had to say, like when we talked to Kenny and got to ask him a little bit about, can you fucking pull it together? You would
have done the same thing.
I
if
avoided
I was talking.
reading that. Anytime we got the chance to talk to Kenny really early on after he was hired, we were asking him, hey, what about Camp T? And there are other coaches, not just here, but all over, that would give you the answer of like, hey, we're working on it, right? And then nothing would ever happen.
Yeah.
So it means a lot, I think, to the community specifically, that Kenny said, hey, this is what we want to do. We want to bring back the oldest tradition and the best tradition at Arizona State. And then he delivered on it. And he didn't wait a year to do it. He didn't wait 3 years to do it. He didn't wait until they got a college football playoff bid or a number next to their name. He did it less than a year into his tenure at
did
ASU.
it before any official game started. I'm also excited for the other things that we've talked about, the tailgating atmosphere coming back and being a lot better than it has been. And that's not something he directly can control. Like Camp T is more under his control, but this is still something he talked about. So things like that, this wasn't just bullshit. He wasn't just spewing stuff at his press conference. He wants and genuinely believes in what he's saying, and I'm really excited.
He's a genuine guy. That's one thing that we've talked about before, right? Is like coaches sometimes are hard to tell, and Kenny is he gives it to you straight.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna tell you pretty much how it's going. Joe or Will in the chat, we're working on it, is Kenny's way of confirming something while not making it official.
Exactly. It's perfect. Love him.
You need some coffee or something. You're big Yanni man today. No, not at all. You're not even going to acknowledge it? That's crazy. Okay, what about Jaz Hill? You want to talk about Jaz Hill for a quick second?
You said Yanni, and I was trying to think of a
softball transition?
Yeah.
Well, here you go.
Jaz Hill. We knew she was leaving, but
transitioning from Tempe to...
You know what? No. I'm going to... Rescinding my
wow, you
princess wave.
rescinded your princess wave.
Jaz Hill. Bye.
What is...
Another person gone to Trisha Ford. Just kidding. I love you, Jaz. You were really fun to watch her.
Yeah. So if you didn't know,
wave.
Jaz Hill, former ASU softball star, is headed from Tempe to Texas A&M to join forces with former ASU coach Trisha Ford. It's a bummer because she was a staple of this program with Yanni Acuna for such a long time. And then obviously Alina Torres the year before. But it makes sense. right? Like ASU softball it definitely took a step back last year, and that was expected given the number of players that they lost in the transfer portal. And it's I just can't. You can't keep it together. No, you can't. And then it's throwing me up. Joe with a great
you
comment.
Gotta be better.
Yanni Henderson, that's fucking awesome.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a great comment.
It is. It's a phenomenal comment. But yeah, Jaz Hill got in the transfer portal. We did talk about the good news a couple days ago. ASU getting Jordan Van Hook back for at least one more season. And her dad, Al Van Hook, on social.
Broke it before anybody else.
I mean, yeah, and he's saying that he thinks this team is going to be significantly more competitive next year.
I would hope
this year.
so.
It'd be tough to be less competitive given the way they finished the season. They did not finish.
I know they didn't finish well, but it wouldn't be crazy tough. Now with this roster, I think it would be better. It'd be easier.
It's significantly better. Couple things before we get into some fun talk, okay? I want to tell you a little bit about Four Peaks. Okay? I wasn't feeling too great today, but you know what fixes a headache?
Beer.
You know what fixes you being parched?
Well,
beer. You know what fixes a hungry tummy? Beer and chicken tendies. You know where you can get all of these fine, beautiful things?
Pub.
The 8th Street Pub over at Four Peaks, guys. It's another thing that we tell you about every single day, and we wouldn't be telling you if we didn't believe in it and if we didn't like it. I'm big on the peach ale, hazy IPA, and the Wow. That's your three-headed monster. That's your super team of beers. Go check them out. Again, the 8th Street Pub. They've got some dope things going on. Four Peaks for teachers. Teacher Tuesdays. They're back at the 8th Street Pub every Tuesday through July. Bring a valid teacher ID and receive $4 pints of Kilt Lifter, Wow, Hazy, and Hop Knot. Four Peaks for teachers.org to nominate, donate, or reserve your kit, guys. Check out at Four Peaks Brew or at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. You do got to be 21 or older to drink Four Peaks, and please drink responsibly.
That took me a while, Joe. I'm not going to lie. I was like, what is he talking about? And then I remember we talked about Jordan Van Hook.
There you go.
He said, what about her uncle, Captain Hook?
Yeah. Totry's anthem is beer by Real Big Fish.
You know what that is?
No, not at all.
I've never heard of Real Big
But I'm going to
Fish.
listen to it after this, Will. Just for you.
Real Big. It sounds like country.
Can we play it?
No, I'm just gonna look up to see what genre they are. Alternative indie. Love that.
Watch it be my new favorite song. I'll owe Will something.
A burrito and his cup holder.
That and maybe a tripped octane.
I
feel like that'd be a
no, because he probably goes every single day.
That's fair.
Because, come on, he's in here every single day. He knows about octane.
You're right.
Did you also know that they got free bowling all summer until August 4th
Wait, like legit?
for kids?
Okay. Well,
215 under are eligible for 2 free games every single day.
damn.
All you got to
love
do,
bowling.
book some fun. This spring, at Octane Raceway Mavericks, they got kart racing, virtual reality, laser tag, axe throwing, Howard, bowling arcade, great food and drinks, tons of different events throughout the summer. Check out octaneraceway.com and mavericks.com to learn more. Octane, super fast. Mavericks, super fun.
That was phenomenal.
Thanks.
Super fast, super fun.
Super fun.
All right, before we get out of
Wait,
here.
you want to hear my impression of a go-kart chat?
Go ahead.
Was that good? Chat.
Totry.
Chat, give me a thumbs up if that was good. We got something fun to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about what did you say it was today? How'd you describe it?
How do I describe the what?
The kid that got ripped off.
Oh, I don't remember. Probably hogwash.
There you go.
Is that what I said?
Maybe, I don't know.
You want to hear what the baseball sounded like? Now we're done.
Okay. Guys, so Ellie De La Cruz hit his first career home run the other day. He's on the Reds, right? Yeah, he's on the Reds.
Yes, he's on the Reds, and he's he was
the number one prospect.
Yeah, I think he was the number 4 prospect in baseball. Their number 1 prospect. Probably the number 1 prospect after everyone.
And he hit a
thank you, Will.
Missile.
Yeah. Kiba would like to have a word.
Okay. This is what he got, guys. So he got a meet and greet with Ellie, a signed bat, a signed hat, signed baseballs for him and his friends, signed pictures for him and his friends. So my question to you, both the chat and Shane and Leah, I guess, Would you have taken this deal or would you have asked for more?
Absolutely not.
And this doesn't look like a kid. I'm gonna be honest. He looks like he's in high school.
Yeah,
If I'm in high school, I'm definitely asking for more.
it's a young adult. Well, you might not know better in high school.
I think you know
You
the
should.
value of that.
So here's probably what happened. He probably got cornered and was like, "Here, you're gonna go meet Ellie." And then it was like Ellie probably was like, "Hey, dog, that's my home run ball. I'm gonna need it." If I'm the kid, I know that's gonna happen. So I'm out of the stadium as soon as I grab the ball. I'm running. I am.
Wasn't it in the first inning?
Yeah, I'm dipping. I am gone.
You're gone.
I'm so.
Oh my gosh, with your noises.
I'm running out of that stadium because one day, if this man is going to be as good, that exit velo was 115, 434 feet, 450, something crazy. He could be the next Vlad Jr.'s in the MLB. He could be the next Ken Griffey.
Wow.
That's like ceiling, but still, he could.
Yeah.
He could be that good.
And to have that first home run ball.
It could be worth $1 million. That's not an exaggeration.
So you wouldn't even have asked for anything.
Nope.
You're just leaving.
I'm leaving. I would ask for $1 million.
Right then and
I'd
there.
have been like, "Hey, your signing bonus, mine."
Okay. Leah, what about you?
You got to get tickets. Like, if you're going to give it up, you got to at least get, like, season tickets.
Season tickets for the rest of the season?
For the rest of your life.
I don't know if they'll swing that.
Well, then I'm leaving.
At the very least, season tickets for the rest of that year.
I want $10,000 in season tickets.
Oh, shit. Zone in Arizona. I'm getting authenticated and I'm running.
You should go to media run out of the stadium. Make sure you get authenticated first. JJ in the chat. Got to get the ball certified before you leave the stadium. See, you would have left, and then you would have ruined it.
I would have been ruined. Thank you, chat. Next time that happens.
Next time you catch Ellie De La Cruz's first career home run ball, make sure you get it authenticated first. Before we get out of here, you want to talk about aliens? You had something to say?
Are we done with this topic? You didn't even answer that.
Yeah, I said I want $10,000.
That's it?
I want $10,000.
Let me do some research real fast.
Okay, I want $10,000, and I want season tickets for the rest of the season. That's what I want, including the postseason. Even though the Reds probably aren't going to make the postseason. That's what I would want. What are you looking?
I'm looking up a player's first home run ball. How much it's like some have sold for?
Okay. Are you looking up anybody specifically?
I'm just looking up.
Okay. What would you do? What do you think? Like a 500K?
Yeah,
easy,
dude, I'm telling you, he got snaked.
Yeah, Gabe in the chat, 500K easy, but they're not giving you that money. Like you're not being
just
like
taking a bag of OGs. He's like, I'll take a bag of OGs. I'll get out of there.
You're not gonna say, hey, I want $500,000, and they're gonna be like, yep, sure, here you go. Here's $500,000. Like you got to be realistic here. You can ask for that shit, but you're not getting it.
Okay, then I'm leaving with the ball. Plain simple.
Maybe I'm more of like I need the reward now kind of thing.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem.
Why is it a problem?
Because you got to be patient, Anthony.
Okay, but what if you die before you get to sell the ball?
Well, then your child.
Oh, yeah?
Tony Jr.
Tony Jr.?
Yeah.
It's just Junior, but good try.
Junior Totri is going to have generational wealth.
Oh, God. Zone in Arizona, bro. You couldn't even get a sweet car with 10K. You're telling me they wouldn't be willing to cough up a ton to get that ball? I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Like, yeah. I just don't think that they would realistically give you that much money straight up for it. Like, I don't know. Will, first home run ball value is all determined to the guy's career. It's too early to tell how much it's going to be worth. That's
why I'm not taking... Dude, all that stuff that he got, cool right now. And, like, it will be cool. But, like Ellie De La Cruz, 11-time All-Star, whatever, at the end of his career. The signed glove and ball or whatever for everyone, be worth a couple $100. Authenticated, sure. His first home run, that's so much money.
No, you're right.
So much more.
You're right. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the show today. If you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils.
We can talk about aliens another day, but do your research, guys. The government is soft launching aliens.
They're soft launching aliens?
Yes, they're soft launching aliens.
Is a hard launch like...
A hard launch is going to be like, here are the pictures. But right now they're like the Navy 2 years ago. We're not going to get into this right now.
Soft launch, but
the Navy 3 years ago, they were like, hey, by the way, everybody, here's a video of something and we don't know what it is. I don't know. And then they just left it.
Why are they hiding?
Like because they're just like throw a grenade. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
That's how you throw grenades? You clearly have never thrown a grenade. Guys, follow the show at PHNX_Sundos. You can follow me at Anthony_Hotri. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef.
I was reading a comment as always.
We will be back 2 p.m. Friday for a Friday fun day. But for now, guys, peace.